Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com, and I have two very special guests in this video, starting with this little man. What's your name?
Weights.
Weights? How old are you?
4.
How many fingers is that?
4.
4. Wow, you're 4 years old. Are you vegan?
Yes.
Have you been vegan your entire life?
Yes.
Yes, he has. We're gonna ask him some questions thanks to everyone who has submitted them in. We're gonna answer your specific questions to Weights here and his mother, Sayward. So let's get started and see what they have to say about their amazing vegan lifestyle.
Hi, my name is Sayward Rebhal. I blog at bonsaiaphrodite.com. I have a 4-year-old all-vegan son, and when I was pregnant with him, I was inspired to write a book, The Vegan Pregnancy Survival Guide.
How well does he understand what it means to be vegan?
So I think that children's understanding of veganism comes in stages, of course, because there's really huge concepts that come with being vegan, like, for example, death. Like, part of being vegan is understanding that animals have to die, and a kid like a 2-year-old doesn't even have any concept of death. And Weights right now is 4, and he's really starting to ask questions about what dying means and trying to wrap his mind around that. So there's some things that are just really big concepts that small vegans won't understand. To the extent that he understands what it means to be vegan, he absolutely understands. I don't eat animal products because I don't want to hurt animals, and that much makes perfect sense to children.
Tell us why you're vegan.
Because I don't eat animals.
Why not?
Because they're my friends.
What are some of your favorite animal friends?
Lions, T-Rexes, dinosaurs.
So you wouldn't eat any of those?
No.
What about pigs?
Yes. They're my favorite too.
Oh, they're your favorites too, but you wouldn't eat them?
No.
How about cows? Would you eat cows?
No.
Would you eat cow's milk?
No.
Why not cow's milk?
Because I'm a vegan.
How about chickens?
No.
Eggs?
No.
Fish?
No.
Honey?
No.
Okay. How have you explained what veganism is to Weights?
So Weights has been vegan since conception. So he's been vegan since the moment that he came out, and as he's been growing up, we've had a lot of vegan friends. So vegan is just a word that he's heard over and over and over again, and I think that's been really important for him. It's really normalized it. As far as how to explain to him what it means, and it's a conversation that we continue to have as he grows and as his understanding of those concepts kind of matures. We can keep revisiting those conversations. We talk about why we don't go to the zoo, what it means to hurt an animal. He's so smart, and so he'll try and understand, like, well, if there is no baby in an egg, is it okay to eat it then, since it doesn't actually hurt the animal? And we have to kind of revisit all of those sort of questions in age-appropriate ways.
Are you a vegan?
I am a vegan.
Oh. That's great.
Do you ever get pushback from family or friends, other people, or criticism even? And if so, how do you handle it?
So I haven't gotten a lot of criticism from people close to me. If anything, some concern, and I think that's valid. It's a totally new way of feeding children, and people don't understand it. I think the best way to kind of meet any sort of concern and even criticism is to be as educated as you can possibly be, so that when people come to you with something, you can explain to them why you're doing what you're doing and how it's totally okay.
What's in that smoothie, Weights? You remember?
Oat milk.
Oat milk? What else?
We put baby kale and baby chard and baby collard greens from our garden. We put some strawberries, some banana, oat milk, and Sun Warrior protein. Wow. I got a monkey on my back.
Do you ever get any rude or ignorant comments from people who don't understand the vegan diet for kids?
I am lucky, and I haven't actually ever, not in front of Weights. And if someone said something very rude or digging about him in front of him, I think I would just say, I'm not comfortable having this conversation. I would love to talk to you about this another time. It's not appropriate to have this conversation in front of Weights. And then I would follow up both with that person so that I could help to educate them, and with Weights, a follow-up conversation about what had happened and why.
How do you handle the school situation with Weights when he's at school, not with you?
So he goes to preschool right now. He's been there for about a year, and we chose basically the most progressive preschool that we could possibly find. It's an amazing program, totally in line with how we believe children should be treated and how they should be educated. And it's not a vegan preschool at all. When we started going there, all of the children brought their own lunch, and so I would pack a complete lunch for him every day. And he just learned very quickly how to ask other kids about their food, if it's vegan or not, because they would sometimes share. And all the other children learned what vegan meant too, which was really great. Now we have changed, and we have a share snack program there. So instead of packing your kid's lunch every day, all of the parents pack one item that can be shared with all the other children. So everyone's sharing food all day, and it's been really amazing without me asking, and I wouldn't have asked, but all of the other parents pack vegan food now. So almost the entire school is vegan by default because they're packing to share with Waits, which is so amazing. And then sometimes they'll send their kids with personal items that are non-vegan. Waits knows to ask if things are vegan, and the other children know what vegan means, and so we don't have a lot of issues at preschool. We've been really lucky.
What do you say to other kids that aren't vegan?
You should be vegan.
Why?
Because I want them to be vegan.
Why?
Because that's better.
When he's around non-vegans, is he ever tempted to eat non-vegan food?
So it's really interesting. I would say that he is emotionally tempted to eat non-vegan food. If the other kids have it and it looks delicious, then he definitely has a desire to eat it. When he's around his grandfather and his godparents, they have non-vegan food. He's very curious about it, and he'll push against me to want to try it, but he knows that he's vegan, and when I'm not around, his preschool teacher has told me, he'll always ask if stuff is vegan, and he will not touch it if it's not. So he knows, he doesn't really want to try it, but he definitely has a curiosity.
Me and my dad accidentally ate a non-vegan hot dogs.
What happened?
Well, it was actually not vegan, but it was an accident.
How would you feel if he decided to try it?
I will never force him to be what I want him to be past a certain age. I don't think that that's healthy, and I think that if anything it just creates rebellion, and it's the wrong kind of relationship to have with veganism for him. I want to raise him knowing why I'm vegan and why I think it's important to be vegan, but once he gets to be a certain age, I can't stop him, and I wouldn't intend to.
Do you have like a certain age in mind for that?
I think that really depends on the kid because they mature emotionally so differently. I think for him it's going to be a little earlier, maybe 7 or 8, but I'm not there yet, so I don't know. I mean, I'll never be able to stop him, but I really just want to build a solid foundation of understanding why we eat this way and why we choose to live this way.
Is it hard to be vegan?
No.
Why is it easy?
Because I get to eat foods.
Yummier foods?
Yeah.
So you don't like foods that are made from animals?
Yeah.
What are some of your best tips for when he goes to non-vegan parties?
My best tip is I always call or text the parent ahead of time and say, what kind of birthday cake are you having? And then I will bake him or find him something that matches. So if it's chocolate with chocolate icing, then he gets chocolate with chocolate icing. And I try and make it match, although really he just always wants chocolate with chocolate icing. So I'm working currently on perfecting the single serving cupcake recipe. So I can bake just one cupcake at a time, and that I don't have to have an extra batch sitting around the house. So I'm working on that. There's some really amazing mixes available too that are vegan. Eat Pastry is coming out with one that's all gluten-free and vegan, and it's a half-size mix, so it's only 6 cupcakes. Those are so nice to have on hand for backup when you don't feel like baking. And of course, to talk about why the other kids are eating what they're eating. Raising a vegan kid is just about conversation, and just making them understand why and trying to normalize it. That's kind of my child rearing philosophy in general, actually. We just talk about everything constantly.
Does Waits ever get picky about certain foods? And if so, what do you do, and how do you introduce new foods to him to have more variety?
Waits is a picky eater, definitely. There are a pretty limited number of foods that he will eat. Luckily though, he has been raised since birth on whole plant foods, and so everything that we've tried has been healthy. So he'll only eat a few things, but all of those things are incredibly healthy. So he loves beans, plain with nutritional yeast and olive oil. He doesn't like his foods mixed together, so he won't eat like bean soups, but he loves beans. He'll eat lots of raw vegetables. He loves smoothies, and so I can throw a bunch of vegetables into smoothies, you know, greens, and he drinks one of those every day, and that gives me a bit of, I can kind of relax and not worry so much if he's not eating a huge variety of stuff. Children love green juices too. If you put in like apples and oranges and then vegetables, it just tastes like apple or orange juice, and they love it. I don't know a kid who won't drink green juice. So those are ways that parents can kind of get those extra vitamins and minerals in and not worry so much if their kid is getting pickier and pickier and pickier. As far as trying new things, we have started enforcing a rule that he's going to start trying new things, and every meal I require him to take a bite of it. If he doesn't like it, if he spits it out, I won't keep forcing it. He had a friend tell him, a little boy, that you have to try something 10 times before you like it. And hearing that from a child instead of from me really went a long way in him kind of being willing to try more stuff. It was really interesting. So he'll try stuff now and he'll be like, I just have to try it 9 more times. Kids have really sensitive palates, and so I think it's really hard for them to get used to new flavors.
Do you have any recipes on your blog for foods that have worked really well with weights?
I don't have specifically kid-friendly recipes, but I do a series of What I Ate Wednesdays, and I try and include his meals in there, and there are tons of good kid-friendly meal ideas and also packed lunches. People really seem to enjoy those. Do you want to tell her what you're going to order? What's your favorite thing at Veggie Grill?
My favorite thing at Veggie Grill is mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that too.
Are you going to get anything else?
Yeah.
Which ones?
French fries.
Sweet potato French fries.
Some red lemonade now.
Red lemonade.
That sounds good.
Let's go do it now.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get a sweet potato French fries and mac and cheese.
All right, good.
A red lemonade.
Red lemonade, strawberry lemonade. Really good, good choice.
Why do you guys have these?
Did you bring your own straw? Whoa, that's cool.
Spoon?
Yeah. Erica's like, yeah.
Yum. Why is it called Veggie Grill?
Because it grills veggies.
Grills veggies?
Yeah, grills down on the grill.
Do you like grilled veggies? What's your favorite grilled veggie?
Actually no.
You like grilled corn on the cob?
Yeah.
Corn?
My TV.
Hi.
Hi.
I was totally beneath you.
You're a cool looking dude.